Hey, what up, though? Hey, chosen time once again. This time, instead of, just showing you a little bit, I'm gonna show you a lot. I'm gonna let you into my testimony. You know what I'm saying? So, I got a lot of different testimonies, man, that got me close to God. You know, this part one. This is the stab wounds. I was stabbed 3 times. A few years ago. So, I'm gonna tell you about that story and how that situation got me closer to the Lord. You know, one night I was younger, man. Before I found Christ and I got to this point, man, I was into a lot of different stuff. You feel me? I was in the streets. I was doing a lot of different stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. So just to take you back in time of what took place, and this is the first time I actually heard, I actually can remember that I heard God's voice so clear. So I was out with my cousins at my cousin's house, man. We drinking, everybody having a good time. I think it's a weekend, and we just drinking in the car, having fun, listening to some music, and we finally run out of some liquor. And I think we was we about to get ready to go to the gas station. We was like, let's run up to the gas station. I forgot exactly what we was going up there to get, but I was with my cousin, which is Jessica, her baby daddy, which is Peter, my cousin KJ, and also their homegirl. So we go up to the gas station, and I'm up at the gas station. I see a nice looking chick. She was by the gas station. So I walk up to her. I'm trying to talk to her, whatever. And then when I talked to her, like, I don't know what came over, but she had said some comments or something, and I guess her man was up there, or or a bunch of guys was with her, and her boyfriend or whatever, I guess confronted me, and I was like, everything good, and out of nowhere, a couple other guys came with them, so I guess they was about to get ready to jump me, so my cousin, baby daddy, which is Peter, he seen me and seen the guys coming up to me, confronting me. So he ran out the gas station, stood next to me like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Whatever y'all want to do with him, y'all gotta do it with me too, so we all gonna fight, basically. So next thing you know, we all break out in a fight. We swinging. Everybody punching, it's a lot of different people. It was just, as I remember, my cousin Jessica, which is a female, and her homegirl was in the gas station with my cousin KJ. And Peter ran out. And I know we got to fighting, so I don't know who all was fighting, but I know the girls wasn't fighting. So as I'm fighting these guys, man, at the time I'm lifting weights heavy. I'm feeling real confident about myself. I used to box back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, they hit me, man. They hit me, and I was like, man, these guys hitting kind of hard. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I feeling these little punches? And one guy scooped me. I hit the floor. So I remember someone was telling me, get up. Like, just get on your feet. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you hear that voice, it's not on the outside. It's not like somebody talking to you. It's coming more from within, like your conscience. You know what I'm saying? Something telling me, get up. I can hear the voice clearly. So I get up. You know what I'm saying? And I see my cousin KJ in the van. And he like, get in the van. They got a sliding door. My cousin Jessica and the other girl, their homegirl, was in the car too. They like, run, get in the van. So I run, get in the van, hop in the van. So I look and see where Peter at, and it's like 5 guys, one guy on his back, they just stabbing him with knives. You know what I'm saying? Like, each guy had a knife, and to be honest with you, the 5 guys, when he was running up on the van, it was probably just 5 of them stabbing him up as he running to the car. But it was more than that, actually. all together, we was probably fighting maybe 10 guys all together. And each one of them had a blade on them, or some form of a knife. So, I'm like, man, they stabbing them up. So we hop in the van, and we pull off. By the grace of God, Peter was a big guy, man. I say he about 6'3", 250. Big guy, you know, he got some size on him. You know, so he get in the van. Boom, he laying down. He like, man, they stabbed me up. They stabbed me. I'm about to die. I'm in the back seat. And the back of the van. And he's like in the middle console of the van. And he like tell my daughter, he had a daughter with my cousin Jessica. He like tell my daughter that I love her. Tell her my daughter I'm about to love her. So everybody think he about to die. Because we seen him stabbing him up with the knives. So something within me, and this was the time I'm talking about, I heard the voice of the Lord. I actually heard the voice telling me to get up when I was fighting, but it was so much more clear now. So I'm in the back and it says, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. Just like that. And I said that to Pete. I said, bro, don't worry, everything going to be all right. And I remember the girl who was in the car with us as well. She was like, Quincy, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. She was like, you got stabbed up too. So I was like, I did? So I remember lifting up my shirt and looking at my body. And I'm like, oh man, I'm stabbed too. So I got hit here, right here. A stab wound punctured my lung. I got hit here. Maybe when I hit the floor, somebody hit me right here in the back. And then I got another one on top of my spine. So 3 stab wounds. But the whole time I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel the stabs. As I was fighting the guys, it felt like the punches were strong, but in actuality, they were stabbing me with knives and I was unaware of it. So, long story short, man, we ended up getting to the hospital. They put Pete in a wheelchair. They like, hey, Herb, it's a mercy. We got two guys stabbed up. Me and Pete was the only ones who got stabbed. They put him in a stretcher. I remember I hopped out the van and I said, you know, I got stabbed too. Me too. And they was like, oh, you got stabbed too? And I was walking and they ended up getting me too and taking me in there. And they put me under anesthesia. And come to find out, I need a blood transfusion because I lost so much blood. The nurses was like, we don't even know how you made it here because your left lung is collapsed and you lost so much blood. You know, and so I spent a few days in the hospital and come to find out, Pete got stabbed 10 times. 10 times this man got stabbed. And you know, man, by the grace of God, he healed up before I did. You know, he a big dude, but hey, glory to God, he healed up before I did. And I'm glad he was there with me and he had my back during that situation. You know, man, because living in Detroit, man, anything can happen at any time. It may seem like something minor. We didn't know the people or nothing like that, but this is the type of stuff that happened in the hood. You know, and I'm just grateful. And I remember that time I heard that voice within me. The voice of God, it comes from within you. Because in the Bible it says, greater is he that is in us than he that is of the world. So when you're hearing the voice of the Lord, it comes from within. So now, at this age I am not today, and as time move on, I hear the Lord's voice, but I know it comes from within. It's not like somebody on the side of you, behind you, talking to you. It's the voice within. And I survived that encounter by the grace of God. But that experience brought me closer to God. And I knew that the Lord is real. And I started listening to that voice. Now this just part one of one of my testimonies of many things that happened in my life that brought me closer to the Lord. But this is the time I got stabbed 3 times. God bless. Keep God first. One love, baby.